right, so we're just going to jump right into this. If you found yourself here, there's probably a message here for you. Sevens might be significant for you. Okay, so I was sitting here and I was just kind of just a quick asking, what are we getting started into here? And the very first thing that came through is let's just get into it because I don't want to go too far back. All right. So right now you're in this really beautiful, hopeful, full energy, and you're manifesting like crazy this new beginning for yourself that has either come from this place or has you in this place of the energy of like the Hierophant and yet the Death card. You're 5-5. This is a time of change for you, and yet there's like alchemy and magic in this for you. And I feel like I was really drawn to this deck with the crows on it. I believe these are crows. Right, so you're being supported in just striking balance within yourself right now. As what I think you've been doing is you've really been also embodying this Queen of Swords energy. What I immediately felt from it is you're standing up for yourself, and you're also cutting things off, people, places, things. But I think it's also it's very similar to the last reading, and it's almost like. And then I was like, "What's under this?" And then right under that, we had the Empress, and just look at that sassy look on her face. So beautiful. So the feeling right away as we jump into this is really just confirmation. Confirmation. You're kind of moving out of this energy of any like trickery or playing games with yourself or others. Any things that are just like you're like, no, I just no, right? And yeah, and this you're creating this 222 on the time with this new kind of emotional space and beginning for yourself. It's creating this new beginning for you. Okay. There might be some encouragement to. I'm sorry about my cat. She wasn't doing this when I started. It's like as soon as I start talking, she's like, yeah, you're moving into the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. There could be something about you being smart with your finances right now. That doesn't mean restrictive, but smart. Just being wise. Yeah, something really has shifted. Something has shifted in you, and yeah, there was definitely, we don't have to go backwards, right? But there's a reason that you've shifted. So knowing that, let's get into what why is this occurring for you right now? It's to help you see through a new lens, to prepare you for a miracle, to help you find clarity. Yeah, and you're teaching yourself how to let go. I get the feeling you know how to let go. Biggest one I was feeling. And this is, yeah, because it's time to trust the unknown, but the biggest one because you're being called to evolve and because you deserve better. This was it just in the reading I did before, but I felt called to come back on because you fucking deserve better. You know that. You know that. That's why, yeah, to help you see your worth. Yeah, and that's why the Queen of Swords is there. That's why the Empress is underneath it, because she's like, hey, doing what I gotta do. I have more than hope. But even in the times where you're doubting yourself, just finding a little bit of hope is really all you need. You know, you don't have to be perfect at it. So let this be your reminder, like you are in the middle of something that is transforming you. Yeah, and you're trusting your inner wisdom. You're trusting, yeah. I just heard, and it feels good, and it feels good. It feels good to trust ourselves. You just keep getting to prepare you for a miracle. I don't know what this miracle is, and maybe you have an idea, and maybe you don't. But it's so funny because before you're calling in something new. This is really beautiful. Before I sat down, my phone clicked on something. It was something like an excerpt from Abraham Hicks, and she was saying, you know, now I can't even remember what it was because I wasn't really listening, but it was essentially like, you know, you're just like one shift from that frequency. The universe isn't giving it you, kind of, you know, it's not giving you that, you know, it's giving you, like, when you're there, exactly what you want. That's how that's going to come in for you. And you know, they don't always say that, but in this, that's what they were saying, like, exactly what you want is coming in for you. Like, you've got to have hope that that is where you're going, and that, you know, once you're there, that's what's going to happen. It's inevitable. And that's funny because that's what this feels like for you. Is this feels like, oh yeah, you know, it feels like wish fulfillment. It feels like the star. It feels like you're like a burst inside yourself and you're like, oh yeah, like, hell yeah. And almost like a return to dreaming even as well, but not just dreaming, but dreaming with like confident, for the most part, right? Confident action. What was I hearing before? Knowing is like, they were saying, you don't know something until you it's a behavior that you do without thinking about it or something like that. Like, if you're picking up a penny, if you know you can pick up a penny, you don't think about it, you don't try to pick up a penny, you just do it, you pick it up, you know it. It's something that you do and you don't even think about it, you don't question it. And that's kind of what I'm being reminded of here too. Like, that's where the energy you're stepping into is like, I know this about myself now. I'm choosing this. I deserve better. I'm not trying to do this. I am doing this. 808 on the timer as I say that. So I feel like I meant to leave that there. I feel like you're setting down a lot of worries and a lot of burdens right now. And yeah, let this be a part of your hope, if you wish, you know, moving forward, that, you know, you're doing really great, and all is well. And yeah, I think I meant to just leave that there. Okay, so I hope this finds you well. Take care.